going on, world? This is the Knobheads, and this may be the best episode of the podcast you hear. We are your hosts, Charlie Miller and
David Ekunno. Oh, no drums. Oh, no drums.
No drums. You get
whatever.
From now on, the drums are coming in at the beginning to introduce both of us.
I don't like it. We'll talk about it after. Yeah.
Suck my dick.
We'll do that.
Anyways, so I want to talk about
the movie we just saw, huh? Fresh.
Yes.
Joker.
Yeah, we literally just came from the theater, literally 5 minutes ago. We just seen Joker, and I personally, I think it was good.
You liked it?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I don't know what you think.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it as a movie, like I just explained. I kind of liked it. It was a nice masterpiece. It felt very organic. It was very well put together. It was very, very believable, quite realistic. I don't know how much listeners know about it, but of course it's like the story of this man who kind of growing up in this...
Spoiler alert, by the way. Spoiler alert for the movie Joker.
We're not going to spoil it, of course we're going to fucking spoil it. So this man kind of growing up in this kind of terrible version of Gotham where, everything's kind of going to shit, and there's like a massive disparity between the upper class people and the working class people. The working class people don't feel like the upper class people give a shit about them. And then the Joker, or the Joker's character, Arthur Miller, at some point in the movie, I guess it's the watershed moment, the real twist, or where the movie starts to come alive.
Wait, his last name was Miller?
Oh, sorry, Arthur Fleck.
Oh, I was about to say, you just putting this man in my family like this?
I mean, he could be, man. He could be in anyone's family. We don't know, right?
He's adopted. This is right.
Spoiler, there you go. Done. So this man...
I just
It's all good. It's all good. What else are we going to fucking discuss? But yeah, this man at a point kills three kind of corporate businessmen on a train, and that's kind of where he starts to spiral off into this place where life is bad, and he feels like he can only do bad things. But it did feel very realistic in telling the story about how someone could become something like that, and how people start to rally around him and kind of get on with his cause, and then he feels like the only place he's accepted is with people that kill people and people that are trying to stick it to the rich people of society and whatnot. So it did feel very realistic. But in my opinion, me watching the movie, I didn't feel like I would see it again. And I didn't feel like it was exciting to the point that I would recommend it to someone else. Yeah.
Interesting. So basically what I'm hearing is, because that's an interesting point of view.
What percentage are we rocking with? We're
this
drinking...
is 35. This is Deep Eddy lemon-flavored vodka.
That's a name, huh? Deep Eddy.
Deep Eddy. It sounds
Eddie
like
goes.
a porn star.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds like a porn star.
What percentage are we talking?
This is 35.
35.
Yeah,
that tastes like a 40, you know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what that means, but I'm assuming it's 50 or something you just said. 40?
Yeah.
Really? I think it's the sour part, the lemon part that's making me feel that.
Sure, I think it's the alcohol part that's making me feel that.
Nah, but just like David just explained, first of all, it wasn't a terrible version of Gotham. Gotham has always been terrible.
I guess just in the Batman movies, yeah, too.
Yeah, I'm about to say this is just Gotham.
What Gotham is.
Yeah, this is just what it is, which is crazy. But what made Joker? I mean, in the movie, he's just like David also explained. It shows how easily somebody can, go through harsh times, bad times.
It wasn't that fucking easy. In
the city of Gotham, it's easy to see how somebody can do that. Plus, on top of that, it didn't start with the three businessmen. It started with him, fucking...
That's in the very first scene?
Yes, I feel like that's where it first started.
Well,
like,
yeah, that's kind of where it began.
you know,
But then I felt like his own violence and his ability to become someone like he became came from that scene where he shot the guys. Because up until then, he was kind of a victim. He wasn't someone that was actually going to act out and do something about it. It felt like to me.
Yeah, but
Like,
that's
everything
what
that
I'm saying.
Everything that he did to anybody came after that moment.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
He was
that was the moment where he basically was like, I fuck anybody who's like doing anything to me or whatever. But
it feels like he realized that he has the power to stop them. That's what it felt like. I mean, looking back on it now, it's like, yeah, because like it's like life is shitty, life is shitty, life is shitty. Can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it. And that's why you start to relate with the Joker on the screen, because you're like, oh, this guy's just down on his luck. Everything fucking bad happens to him, which you're going to describe in the first scene as well, which was just like a scene where it just felt like you're trying to do the best you can in a low position, and people still want to pick on you. But then at that point, you know, when he's on the train and he's laughing and these guys pick on him and he has the gun, then you realize, well, in that moment, it makes sense that you would instinctively go, well, I've got a gun, so I'm not going to let you keep kicking me in the fucking stomach, right? So I'm going to put a bullet in your fucking head, right? So he does that. And I think by actually being in that moment where his back is against the wall and he has to attack back, and then he wins in that attack in some sort of sense, then he realizes he has power to overcome the shittiness of his life. But go on. The first scene was kind of horrible. But the first scene as well is kind of an example of why I think the movie, I mean, it was good, but like some of it was a little bit over the top. Like it felt like, realistically, and just to describe the first scene so everyone knows what the fuck we're talking about, right? So he's a sign spinner, and he's like he's one of those marketers that bring, you know, customers in by having a big sign that says everything is this or whatever. But he's been loaned the sign, and he's in a clown suit, and he's trying to do the best he can to get customers in. But then these kids see him as an opportunity to, you know, mess with him, and they grab his sign and they fuck off. They take off running, and he takes off running to go cash the sign because it's not his sign, and he's got a job to do, obviously, in his clown fucking suit. So he's running down the street looking like a literal clown. And then they kind of dead end in an alleyway or something, and it was pretty well. It was pretty good how it was done. Like he sees the kid at the end, the kids at the end of the alleyway, and he's running down, and then out of fucking nowhere, he just slaps him in the face with the sign, and he goes fucking spinning, right? But then they load it on, and they start fucking kicking him on the floor.
Yeah, they
like
start
in real
jumping.
life, it would just be like, oh, we got him, let's go. But it felt like, oh no, let's load it on and make sure that you know that this guy is a victim of some sort. I mean, it was well done, don't get me wrong, but it felt like scenes like that felt like, you know, you're putting a little spice on it. You know what I'm saying?
But the reason why I disagree is because, like, there are just people who do shit. Like, I see this shit all the time in the real world. There are people who just do shit for no reason. So I don't think there was, like, spice on it. I think it was sometimes there are just fucked up. The simple fact that kids are just gonna steal your sign and run off with it, period, just showed that, like, oh, okay, these kids are, like, obviously on some other shit or whatever, which there are kids like that nowadays, or teenagers or whatever like that nowadays, just like to fuck with people, just like to do fucked up shit. And that's what happened in the movie and stuff, which is, like I said, that was, from what we seen, obviously, the very first thing, because I think that, obviously, his life was kind of shitty, probably more than likely previously, before that whole scene, but, like, that was the very first thing that kind of like a snowball effect from what we seen, like just started everything because of that scene is when Randall, his coworker, gave him that gun and whatnot, and then also because of that scene is when
Randall gave him the gun to protect himself later on if anything like that happens again.
Exactly, and then also on top of that, we seen like his boss was pretty much fed up with him and stuff and all that, like. Because his boss was like, hey, come in and stuff, like, it's going to come out your check and all that. Because his boss had no sympathy for him, so he also...
Oh, yeah, that moment. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, what did you feel like in that moment? Did you feel like that was unavoidable?
I definitely think that it was. See, now I don't even definitely think, but at the same, I don't know. This is how I feel.
Spit it out, bro. Spit it out.
I believe that his boss was an asshole. Like, so I guess that part was unavoidable for the Joker. Like, his boss is just an asshole who just cares about himself. Like,
yeah,
his boss had called him in the office like, everybody else don't fucking like you. They think you're a freak, but I like you. But let me tell you about this happened. Whatchamacallit, this guy, whatever, said that you got his sign broken or you stole his sign. I need you to return the sign.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's coming out your check. And
the kid took it to
Joker was trying to explain to him, like,
I got jumped.
Yeah, he was like, did you hear what happened? I got jumped. And, like, they took the sign and broke it. Like, this, that, and the other. So, throughout the movie, the Joker continuously goes through this shitty stuff. And he wants to be a stand-up comedian. So, you know, a couple more bad things happen. Just going to speed around him. The gun falls out of his pocket in the middle of an act at a children's hospital, so then he gets fired.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, that was. And then he kicked it, trying to pick it up, and he was like, he picked it up. He was like,
yeah, that was legitimate. Yeah, he put his fucking finger to his mouth. That was legitimately funny. And I didn't see it coming either. That was great. I guess to describe that scene, he was like, what was that, like a cancer ward or something? All these children are suffering from some fucking
suffering from something
illness, and he's over there to cheer them up. So he's dancing and doing his little act, and then the gun slips out of his pocket, and then he sees it. It's like, oh, shock horror. He jumps on it. It's like, oh, shit. Picks it up, puts it in his pocket, looks around, and then puts his fucking finger to his lip, like you didn't see nothing.
Exactly. Like you wasn't just at a children's hospital with a gun. But, and then, his boss fired him as he was trying to beg for his job. Like, no, I really love this job. It's a prop. Because he was trying to, like, you know, lie to his boss to keep the job. Like, oh, it's a prop. This, that, and the other. Like, it's part of my act and stuff. But the boss still fired him. So now, he obviously was living a shitty life.
And I like that because it does make sense from both sides.
Yeah, it was like, he was living a shitty life. Then he gets fucking jumped. Sign broke. Boss tells him, that's coming out of your check. Then he fucking goes to the children's hospital. Gun falls out, makes a fool of himself. Then gets fired. Then he gets on a train. And keep in mind, in this movie, so the Joker's hysterical laugh that he's famous for, in the movie, it's a medical condition. So where whenever, like, I guess because he had a head injury or whatever when he was a child, it caused him to where he laughs hysterically, but just because he's laughing doesn't mean that's his true emotion.
Right.
Like
it felt like it was coming out when he was like under stress and shit.
Yeah, exactly. When he's like under stress, he just laughs like hysterically and stuff. Almost remind me of this anime called Fire Force, where the character smiles.
It's okay.
Smiles. Every time there's a nervous moment, he smiles like a fucking clown. Actually, I'm gonna show you a clip after this, David.
Sure.
But yeah, so he gets on this train and he just starts laughing, and there are these 3 Wayne Enterprises employees who like are kind of laughing also.
They're harassing
the chick.
Right.
And then he starts laughing.
Well, first of all, they kind of like look at each other in a way that's like, well, these guys are assholes. And, you know, the Joker can appreciate, these guys are fucking assholes. The corporate guys are still continuing to harass the chick. And then it feels like, he's laughing because I guess he's under stress. And at the same time, it's like he's also taking attention away from the chick. So that they stop harassing her. So it's almost like he's a good guy in the situation.
Exactly. And then so
he's a good guy in the situation, actually.
They come over and they fucking start laughing with him and stuff and all that. Then they real quickly like grab his bag, take it, and then like they start fucking with him, and one of them like holds him.
Yeah,
like,
so he can't get his bag.
Yeah, so he can't get his bag and holds his arms and stuff, and the other one starts like beating the shit out of him and stuff. And then like they start kicking him. Exactly, like, and it's just
because he kicked out first, but it felt like I'm gonna kick out because you got my fucking back, dude.
Exactly, and then like it's almost like obviously like he doesn't want this to happen again because just what like earlier that week or last week he got the same basically type of beating from some kids and stuff. So this is basically like running over in his mind again. Like okay, this same shit is about to happen again. I'm about to get my ass like jumped and whatnot. But lo and behold, Randall's gun comes to the rescue and boom, headshots the first guy. That was a good shot.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's a good shooter.
He's a good shooter because he was getting the other.
All of them were good shots, dude. He squeezed.
Yeah,
them
low
out.
key.
They all fucking connected.
Even when the guy was all the way down the thing, he caught him in the
caught
leg.
Yeah.
I was like,
damn.
I was like, okay. Yeah, this guy acted like he was at a gun range. Like, but yeah, so like then he starts like shooting the guys and stuff. Like, which at that point I knew he fucking snapped because it was like a complete snap.
Well, because one person died for one, and two, like no one saw it. The audience didn't see it coming because he was on the floor getting kicked, and then he's like, and it's one of those like they did it pretty well because he's on the floor. The camera zooms in on his face, and he's going to sleep, like he's trying to go into his happy place, and then it goes back to the guys, and all of a sudden headshot, and you're like, oh shit.
But that's not
like when
what made it completely snap. What made it completely?
When you saw the first shot, right? Did you even think it was him?
Yes, I knew it was him.
Dude, when I saw the first shot, I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
Like, Batman's using guns now, bro. He's saving people with
God.
guns. Honestly, like, that's where my mind was going. I was like, what the fuck? Because, like, it showed him sleeping on the floor, basically.
Like, where he completely did. But that's why I found out he completely snapped. Because, like, a normal person defending themselves, boom. Okay. You seen rational people back off. Just like the other two backed off. They was like, oh, shit, he got a gun.
Yeah.
And rational people also, when firing the gun, they see other people back off. They're like, okay, y'all know to leave me alone.
Yeah.
But he just kept going after them.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, yeah, he definitely snapped.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's not nothing saying no more there. Like, he definitely snapped.
And he killed somebody. And yeah, and then he ran off after the last guy.
Exactly. And then...
You need to die.
Exactly. And where we also know he snapped because... he felt so, I guess, alive in that moment. Like, he can, like, just... now he can have the power to do what he wants. Because then he had that delusion, which we thought was real at the time. But the delusion of going and sleeping with Zazie Beetz' character.
You just stole my point. It's all good, but you just stole my point.
Yeah. he was under the delusion and stuff. So that's also times where we see, like, yeah, he's obviously, like, off his fucking rocker now.
Oh, right? Yeah, because he's also off his meds.
Yes.
Yeah, so when the social service or the social workers office or whatever the fuck it was, when they closed down, he couldn't get his meds anymore. So those 7 different medications he was taking, he's not taking them anymore. And I was starting to think that, but I forgot about that.
Yeah,
So with everything that's going on, he's also off his meds, so he's liable to act out even more.
But this movie or his character is exactly what I was telling people before I actually seen it. I told people, I said, I think it's going to be a good movie. Mm-hmm. And people were saying, oh, which one you think is going to be a better Joker? And I was telling people, I told them, I said, I think that both Jokers, I think Heath Ledger's Joker is good. And I was telling people, I think Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is going to be good, but it's going to be different. Because too many people was making comparisons, and I was like,
that is the vaguest way you can answer that question. I think it's going to be good. I just think it's going to be different.
Yeah, because people were saying which one's going to be better, and I was like, I don't think any one of them is better than the other, but I think they're going to be both.
That is the most
good.
unsatisfying way you can answer which.
No, that is a great answer.
If your girlfriend comes out and she's got 2 dresses, and she's like, I don't know, which one's better? And you go, I think
both of them are good. They're different. Like,
she'd be like, useless. She'd say some bullshit like that. Because that is the most unsatisfying way to answer that question. I'm going to ask you the question again. Now that you've seen the movie,
okay,
who do you prefer? I'm not saying who's better. Who do you prefer?
Who do I prefer?
Yes.
I prefer, and this is going to make sense to me at least.
I know what you're going to say.
In my mood, if I want a more psychological type of mood to watch a movie, I prefer Joaquin's. If I want a movie where it's more like action packed or more like
hey guy, just choose.
I prefer Heath Ledger's. Like that's
hey guy, just choose.
But that's the honest truth. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we dove into the mind.
Hey, choose.
Because essentially this Joker movie was an extremely dark anti-hero movie.
Okay, here's the question.
Was it or was it not an extremely dark anti-hero movie?
Dark. I wanted to cry immediately afterwards.
Anti-hero movie though, right?
Yeah, because he's not the hero and he's kind of someone that you still back because he's the protagonist and you understand where he's coming from, but he's not doing anything fucking good. Okay, cool, but in your world, so this is your world, yeah?
Yeah.
Who do you green light as the Joker? So the other one can't exist. Let's say Heath Ledger isn't, unfortunately, he's alive and he can be the Joker for the next movies. Who do you green light? Tell the fucking truth.
I'm going to have to go with Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay. Tell us why.
I feel like...
How did you get to that decision?
I feel like his mannerisms, his little twitches, his this, that, and the other showed more of a like just psychologically broken person who was just like who acted out in such violent ways and stuff and all that. So of course they're not gonna seem like they're saying and stuff. Like they're gonna have little things about them that's just like crazy and just gonna have little like moments and whatnot and little antics about them where it's like, yeah, obviously you're off your out of your fucking forehead, which is essentially what the Joker is.
Okay, ask me the same question.
Okay. And this weird ass universe that David wants to give ultimatums in.
Yep. It's the only universe that exists.
Who is the better Joker to you?
My personal favorite Joker is gonna be Heath Ledger.
Okay, why?
I guess I'm gonna piggyback off what you said. So Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was very believable. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is what the real Joker would probably be like
in real life.
Yeah. So if he was to exist in our world, that's probably how it happened. Is a good example of how it could happen and how he is. Like you said, it was very realistic the way he had his tics and he had his mental illness and the things that made him do the things he did. However, Heath Ledger's Joker also similarly had his tics and had, his quirks and his weird things that, built a psychology of a man that did, that it made sense that he did the things that he did. Not as convincingly, maybe not as realistically, however, much more entertaining. At least 5 times more entertaining. To watch on a movie screen, dude, Heath Ledger all day. The voice, the laugh is less. It's eerie. It's probably less eerie because it's just more, it's more comic-y. It's more something I can watch on screen and be like, oh shit, as opposed to like, oh fuck,
Yeah, so Heath Ledger's Joker laugh is more comic-y, while
his whole style, like his voice as well. The fucking people try and do Heath Ledger's voice because
it was an action-packed movie, so he had to be more.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean, I guess it's more of a movie. Like it's Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Well, no, it's not. They are different, like you said. But for me, it's just more entertaining to watch Heath's Joker as opposed to Joaquin's, and that's probably what I prefer. Heath.
See, Joaquin's like his laugh is more. His character in general is just, to me, it's more chilling.
Yeah, but chilling in a way that it's, and this is kind of fucking backwards because I always say I like realism.
Yeah.
But I think in my comic book movies, maybe I like a little flavor of extravagant. And I think Heath's Joker is just a bit more extravagant and a bit more, like, it comes alive on screen.
Bad bitches in my celly. Anime on the telly.